Accurate pressure washing quotes require accurate measurements, but homeowners don't always know the square footage of their property.
That's where the built-in Measure Map tool comes in. Let me show you how it works.
So in order to use the Measure Map, first you need to make sure that it is enabled on any service that you'd want to use it for. In this example, we'll be turning it on for house washing. In order to turn it on, you just go to the Formula Builder page, select the service, go to Media and Settings, and then you're going to scroll down to the section that says Measure Map. Toggle it on. It'll have you select your measure unit, square feet or meters. We'll go with feet. Click Save. And then we'll head back to the call screen. Once you're on the call screen, you just select whatever service it is. We'll click Continue. We'll skip the property data autofill because this autofills the measurements and we're using the Measure tool. Now we're just going to enter an address. So let's just enter any random old address here, and then I will go and find a property. So here we've got a house that'll suffice. And let's start by doing the simple measurement. Now there's a few different ways of using the Measure tool. You can measure area, you can measure linear feet, and there's a few different options available here as to how you do the measurement. The easiest way is probably to use the Measure tool, or the area rather. Click a point, click another point, and basically you're just going to add a point to each of the corners of the house. And the nice thing about house washing and in cleaning services in general is it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. Really just needs to have it a range. Of course, if you're doing roofing or something, it needs to be much more specific. But here you can see with this very rough measurement, we have a measurement of around 2400. Now that'll pre-fill in here. And that was the first way of doing it. You can also measure it with the freehand way. It's a lot more complicated to do it this way, admittedly. And then you click when you're done and you see 2400. Now that measurement's relatively close, kind of what it was on the other one, but you can see it may be a little bit less accurate. Okay, so that was 2400. And then this is how to use the linear feet measurement. All you do is click the line. And so let's say we wanted to measure the gutters here. Maybe we were doing an estimate for gutter cleaning. Let's switch to the 3D view. And then let's just look around. Okay, so we got gutters from here to here. Click out of it. Looks like we've got some gutters from here to here. Again, we'll click out of it. Now when you rotate it, it messes with the lines, but don't worry too much about that. We're looking at approximately 243 feet of gutters. Okay, and you can see all the different measurements there. Now I'll clear all that, and the rough approximation for the house washing was around 2,400. So let me just show you how this process would work in an actual form. It was vinyl siding. It was a 2-story house, full house wash. It did appear to have a walkout basement, so I'll select yes on that. We'll get a quote, and you can see our pricing for that information. So that's it, guys. That's how to use the Measure tool. Pretty straightforward. If you have any other questions in terms of enabling it or using it, just contact support and we'll do our best to help you. Thanks, and have a good one.